So, here's the thing about what's going on with these scams in China and like Southeast Asia. It's crazy, honestly. I mean, what is it that's making people drop their guard so much? Like, why are these scams still so rampant when you'd think they'd have been, stamped out by now? Oh, and this recent case with this actor, Wang Xing. Yeah, it's like the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more going on behind the scenes. Actually, it's kind of scary when you start digging into it. So here's the deal. Okay, so apparently last year, the major scamming operations in northern Myanmar were supposedly shut down, like, completely. But now, the scams are back, bigger, badder, and way more sophisticated. It's wild. These guys have taken their operations to a whole new level. I mean, we're talking tech and tactics that are next level scary. And get this, a lot of these scams are now being run out of places like Thailand and Myanmar's Myawaddy region. You know Myawaddy? Yeah, it's this border area between Myanmar and Thailand, and it's like this no man's land. There's practically no law enforcement there. It's just chaos. And these scammers, they figured out how to exploit it. So Wang Xing, this guy's a well-known actor in China, gets scammed and kidnapped. Can you imagine? Like, this is a public figure, someone you'd think would be way harder to target. And yet, here we are. Turns out the whole thing was tied to this company, Apollo Hui Wang or something like that. Oh, and surprise, surprise, the guy running it is actually a Chinese national. He goes by Jade Tiger. I know, sounds like something out of a kung fu movie, right? Anyway, this Jade Tiger dude, real name something like Jean Laohu, was arrested by Thai police. But wow, this guy had a whole operation going. He's got companies in China, all involved in shady stuff, and he's like a master of disguise, pretending to be this philanthropist. He's donated to disaster relief in the Philippines, built temples in Cambodia, even helped out with road repairs in Myanmar. I mean, gee, talk about a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, so here's where it gets even crazier. These scams, they're not just targeting random folks anymore. Nope. They're going after anyone and everyone. Graduates looking for jobs, middle-aged people who've lost theirs, even wealthy business owners. And the tactics? Yeah, they've evolved. These guys are using AI now. I mean, think about it, AI-powered scams? That's next level, right? They're not just sending out, like, generic emails anymore. They're crafting super convincing narratives, targeting people with stuff that feels really personal. You wouldn't even know you're being scammed until, it's too late. So about Myawaddy, wow, this place is something else. It's like, the final destination for anyone unlucky enough to get caught up in these scams. People are lured to Thailand first, and then they're trafficked across the border into Myanmar. And Myawaddy? It's basically a dystopian nightmare. There are these so-called industrial parks there, but they're really just hubs for crime. Human trafficking, organ harvesting. Yeah, it's all happening there. One survivor talked about how, if you get taken there, it's game over. Families try to pay ransoms, but like it's never enough. Pay 100,000 yuan. They'll demand 300,000. And if you can't pay, well, let's just say they'll find another way to make money off you. Yeah, it's that bad. And here's the kicker. Most of the victims, they're Chinese. Why? Because the people running these scams are also Chinese. One of the masterminds behind these operations, a guy named Shi Zhejiang, he's from Hunan province. This guy's insane. He started as a poor farmer, then somehow turned into this, philanthropist billionaire. But really, he's just a criminal. Oh, and his operation in Myawaddy? It's like something out of a dystopian sci-fi movie. They've poured tons of resources into developing AI-driven scams. Yeah, AI again. It's a global thing now. They're scamming people all over the world, not just in China. So, yeah, here's the big takeaway. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Especially when it comes to offers to work in Southeast Asia. Like, don't believe anyone who promises you crazy money for some vague job in Thailand or Cambodia. That's just common sense, right? And, you know, it's not always strangers who lure people into these scams. A lot of the time, it's friends or family. Can you imagine? Someone you trust setting you up for something like this? It's just like, wow. Anyway, the whole thing's just messed up. Thailand's got a huge problem with this. It's like the kidnapping capital of the world. And honestly, the whole region is a hotbed for human trafficking. So yeah, my advice? Stay away. Don't take risks. And for the love of all things logical, don't fall for these get-rich-quick schemes. Seriously, stay safe out there.